Hello everyone, I am Idilby Mino, and this morning I am going to discuss to you, or this is the continuation of the lesson 2, which is ICT Pedagogy Integration in Mathematics and Science Learning Plans. So my part is I am going to share to you or discuss to you the example of ICT Integrated Learning Plans in Mathematics. So, by Myrtle Mi Bayadang, Catherine Dacpano, and Marian Marcos. Mathematics 8, First Grading Patterns and Algebra 12 Days. So, first we have the content standard. So, we all know that content standard is describe the knowledge and skills that the students should attain, or what students should know and be able to do. So, the learner demonstrates understanding of K concepts of factors of polynomials, rational algebraic expressions, linear equations and inequalities in two variables, systems of linear equations and inequalities in two variables, and linear functions. So, the next one, we have the performance standards. So, performance standards, it is the work that a learner is expected to be able to do. So, the learner is able to formulate real-life problems involving factors of polynomial, rational algebraic expression, linear equations and inequalities in two variables, systems of linear equations and inequalities in two variables, and linear functions, and solve these problems accurately using a variety of strategies. So, the next one, we have the learning competences. So, first one illustrates rational algebraic expressions. The next one simplifies rational algebraic expressions. Third one performs operations on rational algebraic expressions. And the last one solves problems involving rational algebraic expressions. So, after the learning competencies, we have the unit summary. So, understandable naman po sa unit summary, no? Summary sa unit. So, in this unit, the students will describe and illustrate rational algebraic expressions, interpret zero and negative exponents, evaluate algebraic expressions involving integral components, simplify algebraic expressions, and apply operations on algebraic expressions. So, further, students will also formulate real-life problems. So, tulad sa learning competencies, so involving rational algebraic expressions with integral exponents, and solve these problems with utmost accuracy using a variety of strategies. So, kung napapansin mo, same lang sila sa performance standard, so, and the content standard. Different activities will be provided also to enable students to demonstrate and present evidence of understanding mastery of the competencies of this unit. So, students are also expected to do a project of making a plan of a house and preparing a manpower plan, which will be evaluated based on reasoning, accuracy, presentation, practicality, and efficiency. So, the students will be grouped and are expected to be cooperative, creative, and innovative for the success of their project. So, we have the student objectives or the learning outcomes. So, actually, we have 2 weeks. So, week 1, taman siya, day 1 to day 6. Then, week 2, day 6, day 7 to day 12. So, in day 1, through the administration of the diagnostic test on rational algebraic expressions, the students will be able to A. Determine their readiness on the advanced topics on rational algebraic expressions, and identify their strengths and weakness in solving rational algebraic expressions. So, after the day 1 nga learning outcomes, insunod na yun ani kay day 2, which is dito nga kanang learning objectives. But ako gisunod after day 1, ako din sunod din ang daily procedure para diretso na. So, this is the daily procedures, or this is the procedure of day 1. So, una, of course, start the class with a short prayer. Then, here in learning outcomes, determine through the administration of the diagnostic test on rational algebraic expressions, the students will be able to determine their readiness. So, of course, para ma-determine natin ang kanilang readiness, mag-administer to administer a 30-minute diagnostic test to the students. So, mostly, ang diagnostic test kay taman siya 20. So, the third one, rationalize the answers of the diagnostic test for the students to recall important concepts needed in the discussion of the rational algebra expressions. Then, distribute a brochure on the flow of the objectives on the discussion on rational algebra expressions. Then, introduce to the students project of floor plan. So, first day or day 1, imo na ipibalo sa mga students kung unsa ang final project or unsa ang kinang project na expected nga buhaton ana nga unit or ana nga topic. So, mo na siya. So, number 5, you must introduce to the students the students project of floor plan. Then show a video on how to make a floor plan using the floor plan software like Floor Plan Creator or ROM Sketcher. Then 7, give a copy of the project rubric and peer evaluation to the students. The last one, ask for comments and suggestions as the class go through the rubric and evaluation. So actually tama ni siya day 12, then mo ni ang day 2 nga learning objectives, din napos lang mga procedure. So ato na lang maglaktod na lang taman diri sa para makita nato kung asa ang pag-integrate sa ICT. So here in day 12, through the presentation of the final output, so as if nga nahuman na naabot na ta sa day 12. So through the presentation of the final output, the students will be able to integrate rational algebra expressions in their project and apply rational algebra expressions in real life situations. So let's see sa ilahang kung ano ang procedure sa day 12, kung paano integrate ang ICT or ang technology sa in mathematics. So first nga atong buhaton, of course, start with a prayer to be led by one student. Then let the students present their outputs to the class, which is katong final output nila. Then after the presentation, other students could ask questions or clarifications. Then critique the students' presentation. Then provide feedback after all the students have presented their projects. So understandable naman siya, no? Then the newsletter, floor plan, and peer evaluation must be submitted in the respective through Google Drive folder. So diba, nagamit na og technology. Then the final project will be worth 100 points, 50 points from the peer evaluation, and of course 50 points from the teacher using the same rubric. So dili na understandable naman, no, maklaro naman nato kung giun sa pag-integrate or ang ICT sa learning plans in mathematics. So prerequisite skills. First, basic understanding of the concepts on factoring, laws of exponents, getting the least common denominator of fractions, applying operations similar and dissimilar fractions, and polynomials. So kabalo naman taon sa yung prerequisite, no? So simple to complex. Then basic research skills, then basic problem solving skills, and din sulod ang ICT integrated learning plans, or din sulod ang pag-integrate natin ng technology. So basic knowledge in using MS Word. So of course ato sa gamiton kay especially grade 8 man sila, so dili sa katong buhaton is mga basic knowledge lang in using MS Word. So dili lang katong mga lisod na kaayo. Then basic knowledge in using MS PowerPoint. So next, materials and resources required for the unit. So of course, technology hardware required for the unit, desktop or laptop. So dili na to mabuhat ang pag-integrate sa ICT or sa technology sa mathematics kung wala tay desktop or laptops or cellphone. So dita ka buhat og PowerPoint kung wala nang butanga. Then projection system, internet connection, and of course printer. Then technology software required for the unit. So database or spreadsheet, then web browser, word processing, floor plan application, and presentation. Then printed materials. So wala yung printed materials. So K-12 student module, grade 8, mga kana sa book kung pang print ng materials. Then supplies. First, materials to be used in activities, of course. Intermediate paper, Kanban, calculator, writing materials, then or some activities are done using computers and the internet. Then, internet resources, of course, ang kanang mga link. Kailangan sa nimibutang mo niya mga link sa pag-integrate sa ICT, pag-integrate sa technology sa mathematics. Then, accommodation for differentiated instruction. So, we are now in accommodation for differentiated instruction. First, students with special learning needs. So, provide notes from class discussions for review or remediation. Then, offer supplementary examples, explanations, and other reading materials or sources. So, especially ka na mga gifted nga mga estudyante, if dili na sila makontento if usa lang ka example or kajutang explanation, of course dapat nga daghan kag mga example nga ihatag sa imo ang mga estudyante. Then offer a short after class instruction for specific concepts or lessons that the students say they do not fully understand. Then prepare alternative activities that are developmentally appropriate to the students. So dili lang one activity ang imo ihatag sa students. So, dapat alternative sa or alternate sa dapat daghan kag way nga hibalan o alternate way. Then, students with visual impairment. So, first, prepare speakers whenever videos are to be played. Make sure the contents of videos are understandable even with audio only. So, next one, convert the given videos to an audio format. Then prepare soft copies for the quizzes and handouts if this is preferred by the students. So prepare braille plates for every handout, printed activity if this is preferred by the students. So kabutaw sa braille plates no katong mga katong pwede siya makeup or kato para sa mga blind nga mabasa nila show their fingerprints. Then or fingerprints. Then let them use any screen reader software like JAWS or Job Access with speech or reader software. Then introduce universal math software to help them hear the step-by-step processing and solving math problems. Then search for a speed instructor or someone who has knowledge in Braille to assist you in reading Braille plates. So, ang kaning mga speed teacher lang or speed instructor, so of course, ilang man klasihan. So, if you are a teacher, di na kay mga ina nga estudyante nga di kay ka na visual impairment, so muduol ka sa kanang mga speed teacher, speed instructor. Then next one, students with hearing impairment. So add subtitles to the videos used in a class. So para mabasa nila kay api ka man ang pandungog, kailangan nila necessary ang subtitles para kay hinay man lang pandungog, of course mabasa lang nila ug ma-interpret nila ang topic or ang meaning. Then prepare printed transcriptions for audio related media. Learn, of course kailangan po ka mo learn basic sign language. Then search for a speed. So like the visual impairment kailangan po ka mangitag mga expert sa SPED or mga SPED instructor or someone who knows sign language to assist you in communicating with the students. So of course, dapat as a teacher, ikaw mag-adjust. Ikaw mangita og way para makipag communicate sa mga nana ang mga situation. Then, students who are gifted. Provide additional materials or resources, print and online for further reading. Prepare an alternative or additional activity that is developmentally appropriate for the gifted students. So, like the students with special learning needs, so nanasabang sa gifted. Accumulate questions to the best of your quality, then refer the student to a knowledgeable person or reliable book or website for questions you cannot answer. Then these students can help tutor their classmates who have difficulty understanding the lesson. So of course, if you have a gifted nga estudyante, so i-grab mo ng opportunity nga makatabang sila or they can help sa ilahang classmate nga katong mga dili kay kagisdayon or mga slow learners. So they can help or tutor their classmate who have kanang maglisod sa pagsabot sa mga lesson or unsa ba mga kanang mga slow learner nga estudyante. Then we are now in students assessment. So we have 3 formative assessment. The first one, pre-assessment, diagnostic test, and shared activities. So, what is pre-assessment? So, kung sa aning pre-assessment, since ato natin na-discuss na nato nino or pre-assessment, the students are given pre-assessment activity on rational algebraic expressions and on operations on complex rational algebraic expressions. So this is ang pre-assessment, this to determine the readiness of students in going through the lesson. So more po siya diagnostic test, pero lahi sila sa diagnostic test. Then diagnostic test, this is given to the students at the beginning of the unit to assess their prior knowledge about polynomials and non-polynomials, laws of exponents, and simplifying fractions. So, di ba, ang pre-assessment, this is to determine the readiness of students in going through the lesson. While the diagnostic test, this is given to the students at the beginning of the unit. So, mauni ang buhat sa day 1, nagpa-diagnostic test si teacher. So, on short activities on operations, on fractions, and simplifying rational algebraic expressions are given to the students to go how far they have understood the topics. So, summative assessment. So, first, classifying rational algebraic expressions. The students will classify rational algebraic expressions from non-rational algebraic expressions. Also, they need to know how to simplify rational algebraic expressions. So, having these skills, the next topics will be easier to understand. So, mura po siya og prerequisite, diba? So, the next one, pair activity. So, pair activity on generating word problems using the concept of simplifying rational algebraic expressions and on applying the concepts of multiplication in solving word problems. This type of collaboration activity will help better the understanding of students on learning the lessons. Then, the next one, mathematics exercises. So, the students will be given additional exercises on adding and subtracting similar and dissimilar rational algebraic expressions, multiplying and dividing rational algebraic expressions. So, this must be given to the students to prepare themselves for quiz on the specified topic. So, for example, nag-discuss si teacher or nag-discuss ka, so dapat muhatag kag mga quiz or mga buluhaton o mga activities sa estudyante para ma-prepare sila sa next nga ma-prepare sila sa upcoming nga mga quiz or na. Then the next one, we have the mathematics quiz. So the students will be given a quiz on evaluating and simplifying rational algebraic expressions, also on multiplying and dividing rational algebraic expressions. So this will be given an overall assessment on how the students fared with the learning. So, para madila to makita if ang students ba or ang learners ba is naka-gets ba or naka-cope up ba sa topic. Then, the next one, floor plan, which is the final projects. So the next is floor plan or the final projects. So the students will come up with a floor plan applying the concept of rational algebraic expressions. They will be using the floor plan application. So a rubric will be used for this. So mo ni ang sa the final project sa estudyante. So which is na-discuss na sa teacher in day 1. So the next is floor plan or the final output presentation. So the students will present their final output floor plan. You and their classmates will critique the students' output. So, nani siya sa day 12 procedure, makita. A rubric will be used for this. And that's all, guys. Thank you for listening. I hope you learn a lot. Oh.